Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to part 2 of the FIFA 14 Ultimate Team interview that myself and Tobias Gaming had with Marcel, one of the guys over at EA who works on Ultimate Team, a really nice guy. And I do want to say again a huge thank you for him for just coming along and answering the questions. He really went in depth, gave us a good insight into their thought process behind Ultimate Team 14 this year. So a few things that we're going to be touching on throughout this second part of the interview. If you haven't already seen part 1, just go and watch that first, because part 2 will make a little bit more sense, and there's just so much good stuff we talk about in part 1 that you definitely got to go and check that out. But on your you guys can click any of these titles right now. If you have no interest in tournaments or whatever, you can just skip to the packs in 14, and that way things will just be a little bit quicker for you. But yeah, new tournaments. Are there going to be any new tournaments in FIFA 14? You guys can go and see if that's the case. Also, any new packs? Is it just going to be the usual silver, bronze, gold packs? And then we also asked him about happy hours and double chance in FIFA 14. Are we going to be seeing more double chance or not? Like, because I know throughout FIFA 13 we didn't get to see too much double chance, so we asked him if we were going to get to see any more. And then also customization to Ultimate Team. They'd announced that we're going to be now able to customize our kit number for players, so you know, we can change if you have a particular number that you enjoy, you can put your favorite player on that particular number, so that's also customizable. And also player roles, so players with certain free kicks, you can now set, so I want Steven Gerrard to take all of my free kicks, I can set that role. Although it's not new in FIFA, it is new to Ultimate Team. But yeah, go ahead and check out what he had to say about that. Also, are there going to be any type of new informed players or team of the week? Is team of the week still going to be exactly the same? What is the deal with that? And then also finally, search position cards. Are we able to search for position cards specifically now? So go ahead and watch that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's get into it. The next question I asked Marcel was actually about this year's tournament. So this year's tournaments for me were a little bit, they weren't that great, you know, I didn't really enjoy them. So I wanted to hear from him what he had in store for FIFA 14 tournaments, and just to see if they'd be doing anything interesting with them, to be honest with you.
So tournaments this year, I found they were good, but they could have been used in it. There's so many different things that could have been done with it, and I think there was one tournament this year that I was very impressed by, and I'm pretty sure it's FIFA 13. Is you if you completed the tournament, if you won the tournament, you got, I want to say it was Inform Honda. Yep, correct. Is there going to be anything exciting like that coming up? Because at the moment the tournaments are cool, but they're very 2D. They're very just like, this. You got to use this certain amount of players in a squad, and you win, you get points. Are you going to be doing anything, you know, really cool and interesting in 14 when it comes to tournaments?
First, some insight. So we're doing always experiments. We call them experiments, and because community is so important, we monitor those experiments. So what happened is 2 years ago we posted a lot of tournaments. I think we did 2 or 3 per week rather than just one. Yeah. And we just thought that it got too spread out. So there wasn't enough people in each tournament, so you were sitting in the final and you didn't find anybody to play with. So that wasn't good. So we said, okay, next year we're just going to do one per week to make sure you find an opponent. That worked like a treat. Yeah. And then even within that, there's other things we try. Sometimes we give consumable packs, for example, that are not for sale as a reward. We did no reward tournaments that you tried. And we always see how successful they are. The Honda tournament you mentioned was the most successful tournament in terms of how many people played it of all time in FUT. Yeah. It also showed us a lot of people have ways to go through a tournament quicker than it actually is possible.
Oh, really? Okay.
And a lot of Honda showed up, especially on PC, where it's a little bit
of course.
Worrisome. But even on console. So that kind of helped us track down some of the people that are doing malicious stuff within the game as well. Sure. But that's also one of the reasons why we are a little bit shy of doing high rewards, because in essence, you make Honda almost useless.
Yeah, his price was pretty much...
Value dropped.
Yeah. And that makes people that paid a lot of coins or spend a lot of time trying to chase this guy down very, very mad, and I can understand that. So we're trying these things out, and we're learning along the way, which is awesome. Yeah. If you have any ideas, what you want to see, let me know. Yeah, I mean, we can always try to make them happen. That's something we haven't done in the past, actually, have communities suggest what kind of tournaments they want to play. Yeah. Could be something cool.
Yeah, for sure.
So as you guys can see, it looks like there might be some new kind of creative and experimental tournaments coming to us throughout FIFA 14, which I'm really excited for. And also, just in general, I want to see something, you know, creative done with them. And if you guys heard, or maybe it wasn't in this interview, but he was more than happy to have you guys suggest any sort of new tournaments. So whether you want to tweet them, go on the EA forums, or even you can tweet me and I can do my best best to try and get them some cool recommendations for any sort of Ultimate Team tournaments that you guys would like to see. So it looks like they are on their way to trying their best to create creative tournaments. So on that side, that is pretty cool. Now the next bit was regarding new packs in Ultimate Team. We wanted to know if there were going to be any sort of interesting packs on the way, and he actually had a pretty interesting response.
With the packs, you have the bronze packs, the silver packs, the gold packs. Is it exactly the same as on FIFA 13 as it is on FIFA 14, or is there any new additions to packs?
Yeah, no, packs, we also do some experiments. Like, we always have a bunch of packs on our servers, but we only put a subset of them up. It's going to be very comparable to Yasser, but there's going to be some experiments along the way where we release either ones that give you more rares or higher quality overall. But those are going to come out during the year, and I don't know exactly at when or what that will be.
So, as you will have heard, it sounds like there might be some interesting packs on the way. I certainly hope there are. You know, the whole bronze, silver, gold thing, it is cool, but it has been a little bit repetitive, so maybe a little change up in packs. I'm not entirely sure how they would make it interesting, but you know, the introduction of 100k packs and things like that were always really cool, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But Toby went and asked another question, which was pretty interesting, so we'll let him get on with that.
On that topic, on FIFA 12, like almost every single happy hour was double chance of getting an inform.
Yes.
How come that stopped for FIFA 13? Because that was like a big thing people noticed within the happy hours. There was no actual increased chance of getting an inform within the happy hour.
Yeah. So what we noticed as well is that people get almost tired about too much stuff being thrown at them. So when there's multiple happy hours with pack offers and double chance, it's just too much at one time. So we, rather than have big spikes and then nothing afterwards in terms of engagement, we rather want to spread it out over the whole year. So a constant drip feed in terms of what you can get. If there's a request to have more double chance happy hours, if they're too few, then again that's a feedback that I would like to know about. I mean, our live team is always constantly monitoring everything, and they're trying to find the perfect balance. But FUT is a young mode, and we're still figuring stuff out.
So it looks like the whole happy hour situation in FIFA 14 is going to be very much the same. It's going to be spread over a decent amount of time, and I don't think there'll be too much change. I do think that if the community are vocal enough about it, we could possibly get some more double chance happy hours, because that was something I really did miss this year. There were a few times, but I think they just need to make it a little bit more frequent. But that's just my personal opinion. I can kind of understand why they don't have so many, because it can mess up the market a little bit, but it would be nice to see just a little bit more. But anyways, let's get on with the next question.
In the presentation, you mentioned you're going to be adding more customization to Ultimate Team, in the sense that you can bring kit numbers as well as, you know, getting set roles, penalty takers, free kicks, etc. So is there anything more that you're doing that can customize Ultimate Team? Because that's one of the things that I thought was quite you know, there's not a lot of customization when it comes to Ultimate Team. As far as, you know, creating your own club, is there going to be, do you ever see in the future creating your own club crest, creating essentially your own kits or anything? Because you can do all these sort of things in the Creation Center, I think it is. So how come Ultimate Team hasn't taken that over and done anything like that?
No specific reason other than effort. And the whole mechanics in Ultimate Team, how they work and how you can post stuff on the transfer market. But we're considering that, and we have a long laundry list of stuff to do. That just is under the line what we can do so far, because it's quite expensive as well. So we feel it's more valuable for us to invest into the core game rather than bringing those things in. But they're on our list, and at some point they can bubble up high enough.
Yeah. So there's, as far as customization, those are the only two customizable things in FIFA.
Yeah, and the chemistry styles, of course.
Yeah, the chemistry.
You understand those already.
So, as you guys can see, this year we do have kits that can be customized, as well as the role that each player will take in a squad. So you'll have the free kick, you'll be able to choose who your free kick takers are, corner kick takers and all that stuff. That's not necessarily anything new to FIFA, but it is new to Ultimate Team, which is good to know, but unfortunately there won't be any crazy sort of customization, and that's something I'm a little bit let down by. I'm always a big fan of customization, and I would really hope that they were going to do something a little bit more, but still, I can't complain too much. Let's get on with the next question from Toby.
Regarding informs, every Wednesday we get a new team of the week, and then obviously the new year we have the team of the year and then team of the season towards the end of the season. Are there going to be any changes to like how Team of the Week works? Like, is it going to stay the exact same, a new squad every single Wednesday, just a starting 11 and stuff?
That will stay. Yeah, the way it works right now works out to be very, very good in terms of people coming back every week, seeing the new ones.
Yeah.
It seems that it's a good cadence, so that's going to be staying quite similar. There's going to be some more stuff that's going to be announced around that topic at Gamescom. But for the Team of the Week, it's going to stay very similar.
So it looks like we're still going to have our usual Team of the Week. I really expected that. I didn't expect them to change anything around. But what was interesting is this fact he said he still had some stuff that he's going to be announcing regarding things like that. So it might be, you know, we have Team of the Year, Team of the Season. There might be a whole new bunch of players that could be coming in. You know, the World Cup coming up. So, you know, there could be something to do with that. I'm not entirely sure. But I really think that there's going to be something cool going to be announced at Gamescom. I don't want to make any too many predictions or anything like that, but it definitely just it sounds like it's going to be good. So yeah, that's that.
So we talked about consumables and more importantly the search side of things. So one of the things if I need a certain position, because now obviously formations is out of it. So one of the things I used to really get annoyed by is having to scroll through loads of formation cards, having to buy 10 formation cards. But now it's just positions. Is there any sort of way in the search capability we can search for a striker to centre forward role in consumables? Is that being?
I have to double check. I'm pretty sure there is. I wouldn't write about it just yet.
Okay, that's fine.
But we've also looked at where they're missing. So, for example, looking for a manager based on nationality or based on his league affiliation. Those are all things that you couldn't do before. So we also filled the holes in those search criteria.
As Marcel said, he wasn't entirely sure about the search criteria, whether I could search for a cam to a CF position card, but he said there might be a likely chance. So like I said, there was no confirmation on that. You're just gonna have to go by what he kind of said, maybe take his tone for it or whatever. But yeah, we'll have to wait to see what happens there. I really would like it if they put something like that in, because something like that in just really reduces the amount of time you spend just looking through consumables and things like that. That's one of the most irritating things about consumables, is searching for, you know, that one CAM to CF card or whatever you're looking for at that particular time. But that's going to wrap it up for this particular interview. It was with Marcel, a wonderful guy over at EA. A pleasure just to ask him the questions. It was really nice that he was able to give us some really good in-depth detail, not only about what's going to be in 14, but also why they did it, and maybe it might be in future FIFAs and things like that. And it was just fantastic that he was willing to share that much info at such an early stage before release. So a huge thanks to Marcel. And I want to say, if any of you guys did enjoy this particular interview, then be sure to click like, leave a comment, your thoughts on Ultimate Team. If you have any questions as well, leave them in the comments. I should be seeing a few of these EA guys again during at Gamescom, so I'd love to ask them a few more questions. And I know during Gamescom we'll have even more Ultimate Team news. As you may have heard in this particular part 2 of the interview, he did say, especially when it came down to one of the questions, he mentioned that there's going to be some more they can talk about at Gamescom, and that's what I'm excited for. That's what I'm excited to see. I really do think they're going to do quite a bit when it comes down to the World Cup, and I know I'm excited to see what they do with it as well. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and of course subscribe for more FIFA 14, and I hope you guys all have a cracking day. Bye bye.
Well, that's all the questions for me.
Cool, awesome. They were awesome questions.
Alright, good.
Yeah,
Pleasure.
well done.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you for coming out.
Looking forward to
No
it.
worries. Definitely.